Hello, welcome to Miemie's Keepsakes. I'm Arnell. I am back with the 100-day project, and again we're following, or I'm following along with Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. She has mask making. I think it's on a Tuesday that she has her mask making sessions, and she has 100 projects, and then after 100 she's started with episode 101, so she's repeating her previous projects. So I thought 100 days, perfect, there's 100 projects, so I don't have to think too much. So anyway, today's project is called it Matchbox books, and for me it's kind of a variation on yesterday's project. So yesterday's project, you would just glue onto your page, open it, and you can write inside or tuck it in a pocket. And this one is the same thing. So that was yesterday's flip up pockets. Today you can obviously glue this onto a page just like we would do these, or you can just pop them in a pocket. I would probably just pop them in a pocket because they are a little bit thicker, and I'll explain in a minute why. But it's the same concept, it just opens differently. So if I just flip it this way for a minute, if you remember those Matchbox books that you could get where the matches was in here, that is essentially what this is. So you need this flap to be sturdy to open and keep it closed shut. So let's make one. I have some scrap papers here, and I would say maybe use a little thicker paper. This is just printed on regular copy paper, and it's not very sturdy. I don't think if you fold it over that the flap will be kept shut with this, just because it's not as thick. Lightweight cardstock is perfect. The thicker scrapbook papers are perfect. Then I'm not sure, let's do one. Let's do our first one and see if the 32-pound paper will work. I am not sure. The other thing I just want to say is a lot of these are from my scrap box. I might have printed these once for a project and not used them before, so I don't always know exactly which shop these papers come from, but if I do know, I will mention that. If not, I'll try to figure it out and put it in my description box. So for this one, we're going to do two folds just like yesterday again. So we're going to just fold the bottom flap and then bring the top flap over and bring it over, but it should go under the flap, but not totally to your fold, all the way to the fold. So there should be a little bit of a gap there. And then we're simply going to flip this over and just put some glue on the bottom here. Just gonna smush it a little bit. And that is your matchbox. Just gonna, as usual, did not cut straight even. I don't know if I used the cutter for this one or the trimmer. So that is your matchbox, and I think the 32-pound papers will actually work because it does keep it shut and it stays there. So if you don't want the bulk, then that's great. Let's quickly try this one. Bring this one in. It was just the copy paper, and see how that would work. We won't know if we don't try. I'm just gonna smush that again because I don't want it smushing up that way, gluing down my paper. You know what? I think this might work too. Yeah, so way less bulk. Anyway, I grabbed a couple of different papers here. That was kind of the right sizes, bigger pieces of scraps, and maybe I'll cut some of them a little smaller, in fact, and we can make different sizes. So let's just do the cutting first. And that might be a little teeny tiny one. This one, let's do it there in the middle. This paper, I think it was one of Artie Maze's blue kits, but again, don't quote me on it. This, I'm not sure. This might be Ruby and Pearl's wallpapers. I'm not sure about this one either, not this one, but these are kind of the right sizes, more or less. Let's make some tall, skinny ones, just because we can. Let's make another tall, skinny one. And Tina was saying in her project she does not decorate all of them, and I think I'm gonna do the same. I am actually going to kind of do it half and half, maybe off camera. Just need to get rid of this little bit of white here. Decorate some of them. I'm not gonna decorate all of them recording, because then you'll be sitting here for 3 days. But I will probably decorate some of them and leave some of them blank, because you don't know in what kind of journal they'll go. You know, and then it just leaves you to have some fun once you start making your journal. She was saying she basically makes them, just leave them blank, and then let's make teeny tiny ones from this page. Leaves them blank and then decorates them as she needs them. So let's see how many we can make from these. There's another blue strip. Let's just use this one too. So let's just do all the folding first. You could obviously score these if you're using a thicker cardstock. I'm just using my bone folder to fold them flat. I don't think I need to score them, but if you like scoring and you like to be more precise, for sure, that's an option. So we'll have 3 of this one. The other thing that's great about having these pieces of ephemera finished is for Happy Mail. I'm always stuck for Happy Mail. I feel like I sit down and spend 2 or 3 hours making Happy Mail, but if I have things ready on the go, that would be great. Or just to pop some of this into an Etsy order as a little thank you note. That would be awesome too. But if you don't need, it's just great to have these on hand. Even for personal journaling, I find sometimes I just want a quick tag to add, while I'm journaling, and I don't want to sit an hour and make a tag, or I don't want to think about making a pocket. Then I can just grab these that's already done. That's my thinking anyway. So I will keep you up to date as the year goes on to whether or not this actually worked out as a practical solution for me for personal journaling as well. This one, let's make this one different and fold it on this side. And again, because we're folding, think about the orientation. If you're using book pages, you don't mind the words being upside down, then obviously it's not a problem. But if you want them right side up, think about how you're gonna fold them. But because you're adding all kinds of things on top, I don't think it's a big deal if they're upside down. honestly. And again, these are maybe nice, excuse me, if they are double-sided. If not, it's not a big deal. There's nothing wrong with white on the side where you're gonna write, or you can use a stencil or just add a little bit of coffee dyed splatters. You know, if you don't like the white, there's ways to get past the white. So again, a very easy project. It's almost the exact same as yesterday. So if you're sitting with your scrapbox in front of the TV or at your table, you can use up a lot of scraps, bigger scraps, granted, bigger scraps in a very small period of time, and create quite a bit of things. This one has a white edge here. Probably could ink that, but we're mass making, so let's try to do it with the least bit of work involved. I don't know whose papers these are, but they kind of feel, well, I shouldn't say, but I think they might be ruby and pearl, but I am not sure. I am busy organizing my digital papers, but it is, oh my goodness, extremely slow going because I have bought quite a bit of digital papers and I didn't think about organizing them at the beginning, I have to be honest. So if you start buying digital papers, think about that. So now it is actually quite a bit of a job for me to do. And most of these aren't named, or they come in 3 or 4 different file folders. So I'm trying to, I might ink this one up just because it's such a big white piece. 3 or 4 files, and so I'm trying to combine them as well and then name them. Maybe I'll go for something darker. Anyway, I might do a video on that. If any of you are interested, let me know. Obviously after the 100-day project. And during the 100-day project, I might still do some things like Thrifty Thursday, and I'm definitely going to keep up with Marguerite Miller and the Roxy's Weekly Challenge. So there might be days where I am doing 2 videos a day, and maybe I shouldn't say this out too loud. I might be so done with this after week 30 or 50, who knows, but hopefully not. Nice small one, like that size. And this one, as these ones would be more short stubby ones. And I'm just kind of looking, where's my fold and how far do I fold this side over so it actually fits under the fold but not too close under the fold. And this one I need to cut off as well. I don't know, I think the printer is not feeding my paper through straight. There's always a little bit of a white edge somewhere. again. Yeah, don't know what you guys been up to. Let me know in the description box what you are up to. I have been trying literally for 3 days now to get some blood work done, and every day I get there and it is just total chaos. I'm going to try again tomorrow. It seems like we're having a long weekend. I don't know if that is part of the problem. Everybody is trying to get their stuff done before. But the lab that I go to, every time I get there, there's a line, a long line, and I'm thinking, ugh, I don't want to stand here in line and waste time. But I think one of these days I'll have to just buckle down and just wait in line, even if that means I'm there for an hour. But yeah, don't like standing in line because obviously it wastes time. I could have done something else because I have way too many things to do in one day. And my oldest daughter left for Australia on the weekend, and but my youngest daughter has, I call it reading break here, I suppose, like a spring break. Here's a really teeny tiny one. So she's home. So luckily I'm not all alone after my other daughter left, which is nice. But she is supposed to study, so it's just thinking for the words there. So it's not like, but at least it's not like we're visiting all day long, but at least it is somebody here, and she can keep the dogs busy while I'm doing this, because my dogs are just totally spoiled. They want to be close by somebody. They just do not like to be alone. Anyway, so now let's do the gluing. And this one I might have folded in a little too close, but no problem. We'll just get rid of a small piece here. There, that's better. So we have room to glue this down. And I am again just smushing my glue this way so I'm not gluing down that flap. Maybe I'll take the flap out so I'm making sure that I'm not gluing it down. And so like this one, because the flowers are this way and the writing, I'm going to probably pop it in a pocket this way. It doesn't have to be this way. The flap can go that way. That's okay. I'm thinking. Okay, there, this one has less glue on it. I just opened a new bottle of art glitter glue, or added some glue to my small bottle, and it just seems like this glue is, I think I complained because the glue wasn't runny enough because it was cold. No, this batch is kind of really runny. Can't win. Okay. Just see where I need glue. Just need to make sure that one actually glued down, because this one didn't. Okay. And I need to tidy this one up a little bit because it's coming over the edge here. Probably wasn't cut straight from the beginning. See, if it makes a blob like that, I just probably not necessary, but I don't want it glued shut. My paper there. So yeah, like I say, this is another very, very easy project. It's something that you can even combine and make some of yesterday's and then some of today's as well, all in the same session because they're so close together. You know, the method of making them. And like this one, I would say the only difference is the way you're closing your booklet or your book. I think later on she is making booklets out of these. She is adding pages in, so I'm not going to do that today, but that's an option too. You can just add pieces of scrap papers here and make it a little booklet and not just a writing spot. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. Oh, I did make quite a bit. Because it's so easy. We had some practice yesterday, or I did. Okay, let's just get that one to glue shut. And I'm just leaving again my paper here so I can see that I'm not putting glue where this paper will end up. Same way as when I folded them, it's just a little bit of a guide. This one's not straight at all. Let's just fix that while I see it now. Okay, that's better. And so this one isn't straight either. I don't know. I think didn't we cut this with the cutter? I'm pretty sure we did together, so I don't know how that happened. We're almost done gluing. And then we can decorate some. Yes, so I am hoping to have quite a bit of ephemera. Like I think I mentioned that yesterday in the video. This one's not straight either. Not even on both sides. It's uneven. Maybe it's the way I folded it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm hoping to have a lot of ephemera done. And you might be thinking, if you're not making a lot of journals or you're not a journal maker at all, why is she folding paper and gluing it and not doing anything else with it? Eventually this will go into journals as ephemera, either in my personal journal. While I'm journaling, I can just grab something that's already made, or in some of the journals I sell. I'm hoping this is my folding and not me cutting not straight with a cutter. How's that possible? Anyway, we won't think about that too much. Maybe a little too close there. Okay, and again. Okay. So let's see, how many did we make? So these can either go into your ephemera box as is. I think I glued this one too close. And if that happens, just make it neater. Yeah, let's double check. And it might just be that your fold isn't 100% straight as well. Who knows? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7 needs a little bit of straightening up as well. 7, 8. And again, this glue obviously smooshed a little bit more than I thought. So we'll just make that flap shorter and then it fits in. What did we say, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, look at this beautiful paper, 12, 13, 14, 15, this one, 15, 16, 17, we're just checking that all of them close properly, 17, 18, and this one didn't glue shut, 18, 19, oh, beautiful paper, 19, 20, okay, 20, 21. It's very, very entertaining to watch me count and close these. 21, 22, 23, 24. But if you encounter some of the technical difficulties, there is ways to overcome them. But maybe this one needs to be shortened. Thought I could get away by just lifting up that one corner, but okay, so that's, I think, 22. We're not going to count them again. You've sat through that already. So let's see. I'll grab my journal again. Oh, and we have these two as well, and my prototype. If I put this in a journal, how am I going to put this in a journal? So obviously, these aren't too thick. I think they'll be fine. You can glue them like there, and it could be like a little corner tuck, obviously, again in the middle of the page, and it could be like a long skinny tag and go in there. You can even put it through there as well. Even if you glue the whole thing down, you can still put something, you know, so that it pokes out through there. What else? Or just tuck it in a pocket, or you can make this a pocket by gluing all 3 sides down, or a side top pocket from here. Many ways to use this, and I think because it's such a simple, easy project, it's, you know, something that you kind of forget to do when you're decorating your journal. So let's see how we're going to decorate these. Okay, because we are mass making these, I would suggest just trying to find a easy and simple way to decorate them. I've done some like mass decorating videos, and I might do more of that once the 100-day project is done, where you kind of, I'll link some of those videos below, but you kind of find just a formula of what you're gonna do, and then you just repeat that on all your pieces, and you mass decorate like you would mass make, repeat each step the same. I hope that makes sense. I don't know, but if it doesn't, please go watch those videos. Okay, let's find some, like I said, don't try to make this too complicated, I think, because you just want to finish some items to use in your journals. So let's just see. This one, I don't even think I'll do a lot with this one, just because it is absolutely beautiful paper. But where's the beginning of this? But I might just do something like a little piece of lace. I won't put the lace there, because remember, you need to, well, I suppose with this one it might be okay, but maybe with a flat lace it might be different. But just what I'm trying to say is I would glue the lace a little higher up than where you have to tuck your paper in, so it doesn't get stuck to the lace all the time. So with this one, I think I am simply going to add some lace here on the top. Okay, the fabric tack always takes a little longer to dry, and especially with this ruffled lace there. I think it's stuck. Oh, I'll just leave that hanging over. I kind of like it. And then I have this still sitting here from yesterday. I might just add that on there. Oh, I have some glue on my fingers. It's driving me nuts. Let's find maybe just a little something to put behind her to make it more interesting. Yeah, I think that's good. And a glue page. And that's enough for this little pocket. These ones I showed you yesterday, they are from Shabbydabbydoodah, and it's stoppers for note cards. And she has different sizes of circles. Let me just find the other pages. And they all fit into most of the circle punches. Like if you have these punches, which makes it very easy. You don't have to cut out circles. Okay, there. That one's decorated. Let's find one more. Like I said, this one, I'm not even going to do anything to it. I will leave it this way. So this would be like a tuck, not a down tuck, like the Matchbox actually looks like this, but I'll just put it in like this, just because that's the way the paper worked out. And like this one, I did the same. I made a up tuck instead of a down tuck, and this one I did to the side. So you can do various ways of that. Let's do one where we are going to do a down tuck. Oh, this is so pretty. Doesn't need anything either. Let's do this one. Well, this one I'll probably do this way too, because the writing would be right side up. This one I'll probably do this one again because of the writing. this one. So this one would be tucking in this way because books, you know, and again, that is not even a big thing, a big deal, I think, if you ask me. What shall we do with this one? Just looking at this, maybe I can have this little guy sitting on there like that with the book in the back, maybe like that, so you can see books. I do like that. That is very cute, I think. And shall we add, that label is too big, and maybe if we don't add a label, we can do even my regular stamps. I do like a stamp. Maybe a stamp, and no, that's not the right blue. I am just going through my labels here. So when I print my labels, I just print them 3 or 4 times and just fussy cut them in front of the TV. So again, I think most of these are probably Tracy Fox and Artie Mays. That's in this little container. That might work. And then I cut them, I print them like regular size, 2 to a page, 4 to a page. So I have a lot of different sizes, and I might print them on different kind of papers like tracing paper, reading off journal. Let's do that. Tracing papers or wax paper, all different kinds of papers. So I have different looks. I do like that. Let's just do that. Oh, but then I'm covering the book. I don't want to cover the book. We can have him sitting there, the book over there. Maybe do it this way. Yes. Okay. Let's add. So this little guy is the Tim Holtz paper dolls, but the small mini ones. I do like them because, you know, with tags and stuff, the bigger ones, I found sometimes a lot of times they're too big. And this is just an embroidery piece, and because this is printed on a thicker cardstock or paper, I think this embroidery piece would be okay to write on, because like I said yesterday, be careful on where you're adding your bulky pieces, you know, like lace and stuff on these, just because you need to write on all of these, and if it's too bulky, you can't write. These would obviously be perfect to add photos in as well, I think. And I am going to not use my glue stick for this one, just because these are a little shiny and they are a cardstock as well. So we'll use art glitter glue for this one, and he's just sitting there popped up on that flower with his feet hanging off. So cute. Just gonna press his feet down because again it's a little bulky, the embroidery piece on the bottom. Okay, and then this one, reading off journal. And there. So I think that is it for today. I'm not gonna decorate. I'll decorate more of these off camera, and maybe you'll see me using them in my journals throughout the year. So we made 22, 23 plus my, if I add this one to it, and then decorated these 3 little cards here let's spread them out so we can feel, or I can feel like I've got a lot accomplished today. That's what the mask making is all about, is trying to get as much accomplished in, say, 40-45 minutes as you possibly can, and so it's easy product. So if you want to follow along, please do so. Let me know, and share your projects. If you are doing anything, it doesn't even have to be this. I have a Facebook group that's Miemie's Keepsakes, called Miemie's Keepsakes, and a Instagram account, same name. And then you can, I have my email address in the description box if you want to email me some of your projects that you've made. That would be a lot of fun to see what you guys are up to. And please leave me a comment in the description box, just subscribe, hit the notification button, do all those fun stuff, and please follow along. I could use the support, so let's see how I go about this. Day 3, I'm still very enthusiastic. Let's see. Anyway, thank you for following along and listening to me babble and ramble on. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.